Okay, we're back in business. Let's do this. Alright, what do you see in here? Okay, so you can see my project. Right now, I'm adding in the second hand so that people can use either hand. The project's almost done. It's looking good. Everything's cool, everything's funky. Firing up the old tweets machine here. We got some notifications. I think my headset's working, so we can show that in a little bit. Alright, cool. So, the big problem that I'm facing right now is this guy here. So, let's move this over so you can see it. Alright, so I was switching my hand so that I could do left or right-handed. It's not looking very well. So we're calling this point here inside my limit line render. So we need to switch this hand animator from a static object that can be called from anywhere to something that is referenced. So let's just do it like this. We're going to serialize that field as well. And we're going to create a private hand. What is it called again? Hand point animator. Hand point animator. Good. Alright, so this hand point animator. Oh yeah, I guess I should have my chat up in case anyone joins. Not likely, but who knows. Alright, so then we can switch this to this, and this to that, and this to this. And then in the hand point animator, we're going to take away this static. And we don't need the handedness anymore. And we don't need this. And we don't need that. Okay, and we can get rid of all that. Get rid of that. Get rid of that. We're going to take a whole bunch of this stuff out. And then there. So now we've got the animator set up. Oh, and we need to get rid of that static. Good. Okay. So that sets that. So now on the line render, oh, and actually we should make it so that this hand point animator requires a component type of animator. Good. Okay, so that means that's going to require the animator, and then we're set. Now let me just check to make sure my stream chat actually shows. Super beep-a-doo. I wonder if my speech chat still works. You know what? I'm just going to test this really quickly. Just so that I know I'm getting... Okay, works on Twitch. See, I'm getting my fault. I gotta. Alright, anyway. I gotta clean up my. Gotta clean up my stuff a little bit. See, my stream chat is only working with Twitch. So that I can hear it, I'm gonna hook up my speech chat. Alright, so, sorry, I'm just hooking it up so I can hear everyone. Hello, Jerpy! How's it going today? Platforms, Twitch, YouTube. So let's reconnect our Twitch. Authorizo. Got it. Alright, that seems to be working. Okay, cool. So yeah, what we're doing is we're hooking it up so that both of the hands in my scene here will actually work now. So right now I've got a line renderer and I've got this hand point animator, which should be clicking to that. And on the right hand, there should be a hand point animator, which goes to the right hand. And then we've got a limit line renderer, which should be on this. And that should hook up to this hand point animator. And then on this line renderer, it should hook up to this one. Good. All right, that should do it. So now, if I go into VR, I need to test both anyway. There we go. Good. All right. Now, can I click with this one? Good. Can I click with this one? No. This one? Yes. This one? No. Yes. No. 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 Seems like my right one isn't working now. But my left one is. Wonderful. Okay, so I've killed my right hand, my left one's working. Alright, let's get this going. So, why would my right hand not be working now? Slow Cool, how's it going? Community Showcase. Who's Community Showcase? Hello to you. Oh, that's, you know what? Community Showcase is probably from, what's her name's, Streamlabs. So yeah, trying to get both my hands working. Da, da, da. We've got a right controller, we've got a left controller. We got this controller event manager. That is probably what is happening here. Primary index trigger, or get down OVR input button 1. So yeah, I'm guessing that it's because of this oh yeah, see, and we're always checking on the right controller. Where's that being set? Yeah, so I need to set these so that they work with specific hands. So right now, let's see what our options are here. Primary index trigger and secondary index trigger. See, so we need to be able to know so that's right touch. Commander Root, how's it going? Alright, so, yeah, we've got some... Yeah, basically all I'm trying to do right now is get my hands working in VR here. So, my controller event manager was originally set up for one hand because we were originally building this for the Oculus Go and the Gear VR, but then we determined that in order to make it look nice enough, we really needed to make it work with both. So we are making it work with the Oculus Rift S right now, and making sure that so now I need to know what their handedness is. So right controller, so let's see, we've got game object, right controller, and left controller. So what we're going to do is we're going to check if our OVR input let's look for a hand. There we go. And actually, you know what? Let's do this on start so that we don't have to keep checking it all the time. So what does that return? OVR input handedness. So we want to set up private we're just going to call that which hand, and then we're going to go in here and we're going to say which hand equals get dominant hand, and we're going to take that down to here if which hand equals we'll put in an unsupported later, but then we're going to go game object, controller, equals, and we're going to call it the right controller to start. Now, you know what? We're going to set that to null. So hand controller equals right controller. We're going to make separate cases for these, so we're going to go which hand equals right left-handed. Okay, so this should get us going pretty close. So now what we're going to do is... Why is that like that? Oh, I forgot semicolon. Damn you, semicolon! Alright. Did I hit insert? I think I did. No, we don't need a semicolon. We erased our thing. There we go. Okay, so, and then what we're going to do is we're just going to call hand controller everywhere it calls right controller there. Good. Yeah, we'll leave that as is. Actually, what we're going to do, where's the controller? What happens there? Controller event manager, controller release. Okay, so that should be something that the individual hands subscribe to. It means if you let go of your right now, the left will relax as well, which isn't optimum. We'll fix that in a little bit, but for now, we're going to work with that. So the other thing we need to do is now we need to let's fold that and so we're going to do a secondary. Oh, whoops, not that one. We're going to do a secondary on this one. And we're going to switch these. Okay, and that should do it. Now, the one thing that we need to do is check the button 1 mappings on the controllers, because I don't think that's what we need to do. So we're going to go to so we're going to go to the Unity OVR Rift button mappings. Alright, they haven't updated it for the new controllers for these guys yet, but it'll be basically the same. So, so right now we have it as okay, so probably we're going to make it button X, which is button 3. So I'm going to drop this down to the next line because this is going to get a little funky. So if you're button 1 and which hand equals right-handed, or that should do it. And then what we're going to do is we're going to copy these down to the next one and swap them. So that's in here. Actually, we'll switch the handedness. So this one will be right, and this one will be left. Alright, and if I've got this all straight in my mind, which I most likely do not, that should get everything working. Hopefully. So let's give it a test. Shall we? fan just burst. Okay, I think it's fine. Okay, so, right? Nothing. Button, nothing, nothing, nothing. Left, nothing, nothing. Okay, I have managed to completely kill it. Nothing works. Blarg. Okay, we need to get in here and debug this. That was a lot of work for a lot of fail. Okay, so let's just do it to the triggers. Let's actually start this all over. So, if we go down the primary index trigger, then we want this same thing. We want to get rid of all this. Actually, you know what? Let's get rid of all the buttons for now. We'll add them in later. We're going to start over a little bit here. Right-handed, left-handed, good. That works. Okay, we're going to do the same thing here. We're going to get rid of all this junk in the middle. Good. And you know what? We should be able to handle all of this in one. Okay, so if you do your primary index trigger and you're right-handed, or you're left-handed and you do your secondary index trigger, so either way, that makes it the right controller. And if you're left-handed, okay, that should do it. That should handle triggers at least. That's a much easier way to do it. Alright. One more time, but this time with feeling. This and see what is going on. Alright, we're attached. Trigger. There we go. Okay, stop. Oh, and it started again. Why did it start again? Oh, something failed on the attachment. Attached to Unity. Come on.
Excuse me, human. Your phone is ringing. Excuse me, human. Your phone is ringing.
Oh, sorry guys, one sec.
Excuse me, human. Your phone is ringing.
Hello? Hey, you ready? Oh, no, I didn't. Oh, okay. I will be there shortly. Alright. Okay, bye. And that is the end of the stream. I'm gonna go pick up my wife. Sorry. I may come back on later.